even as the nation continues to reflect on the legacy of the late Ruto, we want to first give you a chance to pay tribute to him and to send your condolence message to his family.
I have done this before, yesterday, the day before yesterday, but let me again, on my own behalf, on behalf of my family and many friends who Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi was our father figure, to say how sad it is that we have lost him, a man who made a huge contribution to what Kenya is today, and more specifically to the people and the leaders that we are today. So my very deep and sincere condolences to Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, our second president of the Republic of Kenya, a man who I knew at a very personal level, and a man who contributed immensely to what Kenya is today.
I'm curious to hear from you. You talked about who he was for the country, but what did he mean to you?
Daniel Moi was later to become my mentor politically, because when I joined politics, I joined politics as a KANU member. Then Moi was the chairman of KANU and was president of Kenya. And even in our university days, we interacted with him a lot as student leaders from different districts of Kenya. And therefore, he was many things.
Allow me to invite you to take a seat, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, you've given us a bit of history of where you and Moi first, in a sense, crossed paths. But for many Kenyans, they identify your sort of political career and, of course, the president's journey with YK92. Talk to us a little bit about the origins of YK92 and what Moi hoped it would become.
Some youth galvanized themselves into this youth for KANU 92 when the elections were around the corner. And so we became part of that movement. Then I was a first-year master's student at the University of Nairobi. And in fact, because of joining the Youth for KANU, my graduation as a student of Nairobi University master's degree was delayed by almost 10 years, because I joined the Youth for KANU and my academics were put on hold, and that is how now we became part of this movement to support KANU at that time, to support President Moi.
Role you were playing in particular?
Then I was the executive officer of Youth for KANU. I used to have an office at the KICC, and I used to see people from youth from different parts of Kenya, from as early as 7 in the morning, and we used to leave there at 10 p.m. And of course, we had the big boys, you know, the Jirongos, the Munwa Wayakis, the Samyamweas, and all the other big boys in Youth for KANU. I remember June Moi was part of that crowd.
There have been questions about the people who worked for Moi, who interacted with him on the political front and even in government, you included, and probably how they made their wealth. How would you say your interaction with Moi was in relation to your business dealings, in relation to how you created your wealth?
Moi was a very generous person, first. He really went out of his way, and maybe even some of the traits some of us have of giving, we may have learned from him. Or he may have influenced us in some way. I remember my first interaction with Moi, when it comes to what you just said. A few of us, university students, we went to see him at one point, and we asked him to give us a piece of land in Eldoret, and he actually did. And we sold the piece of land. And with that piece of land, I remember I bought my first car.
Was it his personal? It was personal property that he gave you?
No, it was not. It was there were pieces of land that were being given for development in every town. So as university students, 4 of us went and they gave us one plot. So we asked him, hey, please help us. So he said, okay. We asked somebody, please help these young people.
I know the times have changed, but many would question whether those are procedural ways of assisting people to do.
I think they were procedural ways. I do not think that Moi went out of his way to do something illegal. And even if maybe people later went and did things the wrong way, that was not Moi's thinking. Moi just wanted to help, and he wanted to help people within the law.
After 1997, and by then we can assume you were quite an insider in KANU, you begin to hear of talk of a merger between KANU and NDP, some sort of partnership. What was going on the inside?
The KANU bigwigs were uncomfortable with the merger, right? Because at that point, there was an axis called Kabisa axis. This Kabisa axis was made of Kamodo, Biwot, and Saitoti. The Kabisa axis. They were uncomfortable with the merger. And then there was now the younger politicians like myself, Sunkuli, and others who could reach Moi. So the merger was a complication because not many people, especially the older people in KANU, did not trust Raila Odinga, and therefore they had reservations as to what is the real benefit of bringing Raila into this arrangement. There was this expanded positions. We had now four vice chairs. Raila became Secretary General, and of course in the process, Saitoti and Kamoto lost their positions. So it wasn't quite an interesting scenario, right? So therein developed a lot of resistance in KANU. I remember one evening going to Moi's cabinet residence because there was too much confusion. Nobody knew exactly what it was. So I remember asking the former president, Mzee, have you settled on Uhuru Kenyatta as your preferred candidate, or there is still a room for discussion? He told me, I have decided. So we went, picked our bags, and went to campaign. But our confidence was we had Moi on our side. But we tried to persuade Moi to let Uhuru run an independent campaign, not necessarily chaperoned by him. Yeah, because it was hurting him because of this project tag that of course many people spread rumors. Uhuru cannot stand on his own. He is just another. Moi is trying to put in place somebody who he can control, and all this came. And the way in which we managed the election did not help matters.
I want to fast forward then, because those who read their history know what happened after that, to the point when there's a realization that the race is lost, and the move to then concede. What steps preceded that move?
That was a very interesting place. So the first signals we saw that things are really thick is when Kibaki got an accident and he was in London, and Moi had gone to some trip somewhere, and then he passes by London to see Kibaki. Yeah, that sent chills you know.
Was this public?
Yes, it was public. It was public. So we realized that Moi was actually ready to hand over. Because there was a belief that Moi could not hand over. Yeah? So, but when he went to visit Kibaki, I think it dawned on people, including us, all of us, that Moi was ready to hand over. And of course, Moi made that statement at some point and said he's ready to hand over to whoever wins. So this myth we always had, that in any case it is Moi to hand over to somebody, just evaporated, you know. So on this, so we went, we voted, and then we came to State House to see this, to wait for the results. So we were there, many. Biwot, I don't know who, many people, Kanu people. Yeah, we were many from across. Kamodo, all these people. So we are in no, Kamodo had left. You know, others, there were many people here. So there is a TV there. And the results are streaming. And the numbers are, the gap is widening. So I remember Musa Sirma and other people who were sitting here, they were beginning to ask, these results, is Moi aware that these results are coming in this way? And at what point is he going to do something about it? Because somehow people believed.
What did he want Moi to do?
Somehow people believed that Nyaya could do something, some miracle, so that the results could change. So we are waiting, the results are, the gap is widening, and we were sitting in one of the rooms there, the big room in State House. There were so many chairs, and the 40 people started to become 30. Yeah. And then shortly, Moi opens the door. You know, and with a lot of force, the door opened. So we stood up, and then he asked me, he looks at me and says, "William, where is Uhuru?" I tell him, I think Uhuru is at home. So he says, "Call him and prepare the concession speech."
He asked you to prepare the concession.
Me and Uhuru now to prepare the concession speech. Man, that room became dark for a while. I mean, people could not believe that Moi had said, "Let us go and prepare the concession speech." So I went to the comptroller's office. I telephoned President Uhuru. He was then our candidate. He was at home. I told him the president wants to see you, and he has asked me that we prepare the concession speech. Okay. So we prepare the concession speech. And along the way, the press is booked. Where are we going to issue this concession speech? We said, maybe we go to KICC, maybe we go, but then we said, okay, Serena. So the 30 people became, the 40 became 30, 30 became 20, 20 became 10. By the time we were getting to the cars, there were very few people left. I think we ended up in Serena with maybe 2-3 members of parliament and others. The other people took their cars and disappeared. That was quite a moment in the history of the whole of this story. But then the other interesting bit is now we have we've conceded defeat. Now the former opposition, now government, are saying the handover must be immediate. They wanted the handover immediately because there was always this perception that Moi would not hand over. You know, so there was pressure or thereabout. So it was hard. So on the day of the handover, so we come, the Moi boys, you know, we're there. We want to escort President Moi to go and hand over. The field is full in Uhuru Park. There are placards in Uhuru Park. People are placards there. Wanted, alive or dead. William Ruto, Nicholas Biwott, I don't know who. So we are watching. The people there are so energized against anything to do with Moi. So when we are preparing to go to, so the commandant of the presidential airport comes and says, now things are very thick at Uhuru Park. We do not have enough men to protect all of you guys. We only have enough men to protect the president to go and hand over. The rest of you, take your cars and go away.
Where were you by then?
We were in State House.
You were in State House?
Yeah, we wanted to go now down to the escorting. So the escorting the president to go on and hand over was never to be. So we took our cars, took the back entry, exit, and left. Then we went to watch the story from home. And of course, you know, that ceremony was quite, you know, chaotic, if you wish to say. I think the army could not even perform. It was quite a dramatic. But still, Moi went there and handed over. I remember on that particular day, while we were still there at State House, Njokindu and other people arrive in State House, and they say, "Oh, we want the keys to this to this place." So we are looking now. Hey, this thing is really moving, eh? So anyway, but it happened, and Moi handed over peacefully. Kibaki, I must admit, was gracious to him. He was escorted out of State House. Everybody knows what happened, and then he went back home to Kabarak and went into retirement.
I want to take you to, because when you look at Moi after retirement, many things have been said about how he spent his time, but a lot has also been said about how his relationship and yours seemingly broke down. Is there a time when you can say that things were never the same after that?
It is true to an extent that, of course, when we got out of when he got out of office and we went into the opposition, there was a lot of, you know, witch hunt. You know, I remember at some point we were being told that Moi needs to record a statement on matters Goldenberg, and he either goes to report the statement at Kilonzo Mutula's office, or the police are sent to his house. So as the Rift Valley leader then, I remember we issued a statement and we said, Moi is not going to record no statement nowhere. Yeah?
Because you believed he had nothing to say?
No, because we believed this is a statesman. He has done his term. He has handed over power in a peaceful manner. And the least that anybody would want to do to him was to harass him.
Was that not subverting justice?
I don't think so.
Looking back.
Because no, I don't think so. Because I think it was reckless for anybody to try and harass an old man, you know, of Moi's age.
Mm-hmm.
If you needed investigations into Goldenberg, there were enough people, you know, PSS, ministers, people who had participated in executing whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt that the going for Moi was a political move.
Mm-hmm.
The place where now a small problem developed between me and Moi was in 2005. The trouble now is when we had this meeting in Eldamarabin, where I declared that I was going to run for president. That is the stroke, or whatever they call it,
that broke the camel's
correct
back.
That broke the camel's back. Because from Kabarak, I thought it was a simple thing. From Eldamarabin, so we were about 15 members of parliament. And so we wanted to pass by Kabarak because it was customary whenever we are around Nakuru, we would pass by, have tea, say hello to Mzee, have a chat with him. But this time around we found the gates closed.
In 2005.
Because when immediately we left this Rabin meeting, so we were told Mzee, I said, doesn't want to see you guys, so we left. Then he issued a very scathing statement against my announcement, castigating my candidature, that it wasn't serious, I was misleading the community, blah, blah, blah. I think that statement was carried by all the newspapers in the headline that time. So that is when things did not, because later it became obvious that he had a different succession plan than the one maybe I proposed.
And you mean succession plan post Kibaki?
No. I'm talking about community.
Okay.
Succession plan. These are the people who are more senior than myself. They were older. But you know, then my argument, I remember making the argument that while I respect Kosgei, while I respect you, they are my elders, they are senior to me, I didn't want to be a community leader. Those people can be community leaders. I wanted to be president of Kenya. And the president of Kenya does not necessarily mean you have to be a leader of any community. So I said I respect Mzee's position that the community leader should be in the region of Kosgei, Biwot, and others. That's fine, and I respect. But what I am going for is a national seat, a Kenyan seat. I remember people being sent, including all the way to my constituency that time, to try and talk to people. Ruto should not do this. But then I asked them, I want to know why Moi is against my candidature. Does he want to run? I am willing to step down. I am willing to step down my candidature and support him. Yeah? What is the problem? And if he doesn't want me to run, whoever he wants to run, let him come and compete. If he defeats me, I will submit.
Very good.
So that is where now things did not quite.
And it seemingly degenerated to a point where about a year and a half ago or so, I know you know the incident more than me. You attempted to see him in Kabarak, and there were many reports about what actually happened that day.
We didn't have issues with Moi as such.
So what then happened?
So this incident was just an isolated incident there, and I would rather we don't discuss about it because it is not an incident that you can actually say it has anything to do with the old man himself. I think it has something to do with the handlers, which then I do not want us to
delve into.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say on that matter.
On that matter, I think we leave it there. I have a lot of respect for Mzee Moi. The much he did for us as young leaders then, the much he did for the country. Yeah, I don't think we can begrudge him. He went out of his way. He did his best. He may have gotten things here and there wrong. He's a human being. Yeah, he's not an angel. And but he did something for this country, and we should appreciate the positive things that Moi did. The unity of the country, holding the country together, mentoring many leaders. I cannot think possibly of any leader today. You know, I think 60-70% of the leaders we have today in Kenya were mentored by Moi at one point or another.
Those who thought of him as a dictator because of that style, even how he dealt with the opposition, for those who are clamoring for an opposition.
You know, Moi lived in a different era. You must judge Moi against the then when he was there. What was then when Moi was in office? It was largely a single party era across the continent. It is after the 90s that there was agitation, not just in Kenya, across the continent, for politics to be opened up, to be a proper multi-party democracy.
So if you were to meet the children of those who were in opposition then, who were detained, who suffered, who lost property, who possibly lost lives, what would you tell them as someone who was a member of KANU, and who can say he had some insights into Moi the man? What would you tell their children today?
For your information, by the time of 1997, when we joined politics, Kenya had already changed. Kenya was already a very different place. It was already fully fledged multi-party country. Our experience with Moi does not go as far as when we had detention camps. We read detention cells in books the way you and others are reading today. So I cannot give you quite a clear account of what happened those days. Of course, it's unfortunate that things happened in those days in the manner that it did. It was not right. It should not have happened. But that's part of our history. We can learn from it so that we don't ever again go back there.
As you wrap up this interview, you have talked extensively about your relationship with late President Moi, but many speculate, even as he's laid to rest next week, about your interaction, your role in the program next week, and your relationship with what many would say is his most prominent son, Senator Gideon Moi.
Moi brought up his family, and his family includes his children, and I mean biological children. It also includes his political sons and daughters, and that is many of us.
You count yourself as one of them?
Absolutely. I think that is one man we owe a lot. We owe him respect for what he did, for the contribution he made, for being president for 24 years. He made huge contributions in education and in many other things. And I do not think we should lace that with petty competition or small talk.
So
I think Moi deserves the best.
So
Moi deserves a very decent send-off, free of shenanigans.
What role do you want to play in that send-off? There are many who read possible isolation of the deputy president, whether before he passed on or even now, Your Excellency.
This isolation talk is petty, but it is nonsensical. Yeah. If you want to know my role, go read the Constitution. Right? Yeah. That's what it is, and I will be happy to sit and watch and pay my respects to President Moi as he is given a state funeral. That would be my biggest desire, to be there, just to give him my respects, and not to position myself for anything. Yeah.
And again, the question of your relationship with his son, that is something you've not answered quite directly. Could that be
I think let us we will have a discussion about our other relationships after we have sent off Mzee. As I have told you, Mzee is a father figure. He has his family, which we must respect, and the rest of us are an extension of his political family, and we would want, with a lot of respect, Mzee to be given a send-off devoid of politics.
When was the last time you saw him face to face? Can you recall?
I think I saw him the last time when he came to Eldoret during a function of the Catholic Bishop then, Corinne. I think 2016, 17, thereabout.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Thank you, my friend.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.